partnership with World Bank and our state government. Oh, ENUGU NEWMAP, reducing menace.
How is this project, how is it now before the construction started? And then over time, from time to time, they do this monitoring and evaluation using the initial M&E baseline as a template. No to accord the Nambido, no to accord the star. After Carlos, you quick order. After Kemeka, you quick order. You understand? So that is what we are doing today. What may be agitating your mind to be, what is still, are they looking for? They have done this project, they've handed over. What are they coming again? The reason is that there is a new United Nations rules that has to do with part of the Vision 2030 is that we talk about sustainability. Sustainability. Why the coal corporation has just ended like that was because there was no template for sustainability. If we had template for sustainability, we would have been molding the coal corporation the way it would suit every generation
from this level to that level.
But now it has become an abandoned white elephant project because there was no idea like that. And that is why the white men in their wisdom came up with this idea. It doesn't end in just building those things or putting it in order. We begin from the M&E baseline. We get to know the cause, remedy the erosion, and then begin to see whether those things that caused it are still there. If it's not there, how do we continue to make use of what we have remedied? So that's why we're here today, to see, hear from people who are directly affected, to be able to get a report back to the national office to enable us continue to apply it for sustainability purposes. So that's why we're here. We are here on a serious business. Even though the environment, Your Highness, the environment nearly turned to a political gathering. But here, we are here as experts. So we thank you, and this is my opening speech. Without wasting time, I want to call on our expert from Abuja to now make a statement and then talk to us of why he had to fly from Abuja to come here. Because of we're on here with you. So may I use the opportunity to call on Chukwemeka Mutanko to address us.
Very much. I bring you greetings from Abuja, sir, from the federal office in Abuja. My superiors are over there, but it's like we are here. I'm here on their behalf. First of all, I think I'm very sure that this is a very friendly palace, and it is not something hidden, and it is definitely due to your nature as a very jovial and very good highness. We thank you for that, and it also talks about your listening ear in terms of listening to what your subjects are saying. So first of all, I think I would like to commiserate with you on the loss of our dear Lolo. I must say that it's a big loss to the community, not only to the family but to the community. And I can see, and I can also talk about the relationship you've had with her over time, and how much she has been missed. It is definitely a great loss. I have a special connection with elderly people. When I see elderly people, I really admire them. I really wonder what they have been through and achieved and everything. I really admire the gray hair, yes, so I admire you as a person, as a highness, as a father to all. Thank you very much. On a second note, my PC has said it. We are here to assess the implementation of NewMap in the community in terms of the impact that has been generated, to the community, to the people, and looking at how the project has improved the livelihoods of the people. And we can't do that without relating back to where we came from, looking at the benchmark that was in place, the threats that was in place in terms of maybe any loss of infrastructure or livelihoods or something related. So that is what we're here for, and I'm sure that this intervention wouldn't have been possible without your guidance, without your support, and your leadership. We thank you for that. We are immensely grateful, and just like my coordinator has said, we are all looking forward to ensuring the sustainability of this intervention. It is not enough that we have intervened. It is not enough that we have improved the livelihoods of the people, but it is very important that when we come back 20, 30, 40 years from now, we will see something that NEWMAP has worked on. And it is just,
Amen.
Yes, sir. And just like you have also talked about, Oliver Twist, I'm a big advocate of doing more. We are here to serve each other. We are nowhere close to where we should be. Nigeria needs so much development. The people are really in need of it. And I must say that we are committed to doing more. I think this is just one of it. Even if I'm not here for NEWMAP, I look forward to coming back here to doing so much good to the people. I'm happy to be with you. Thank you very much.
Here to have interface with us on this project. So, and we probably want to use this opportunity to extend gratitude to His Excellency, the able Governor of Enugu State, for giving us the opportunity, to benefit from his generous democracy dividend. And apart from this NEWMAP project, he has impacted on the American community in various ways. So we need to extend our appreciation to him. And if that tenure is workable, we will insist that he attains that tenure, because in his regime, America was remembered specially. So we thank him. Chief, please send this message that the American community, on behalf of His Royal Highness Emergency, who have just said it, is thanking him so much. And that I should remember that we are still asking for some more, because if another person is coming, we are not sure to be remembered. Now that he is our friend and our brother there, he should continue doing his best to handle the community. So I thank all of you. Professor, who is my good friend, and Chief Canon, please, you are welcome. And I need to equally thank our delegate from Abuja, the guy that started this project, and he is here to assess it. It's a wonderful situation. We are very happy to have you around. If you have come here, you have been on policy, sending some people or asking our team in Enugu to do it and send you through WhatsApp, it would have been a different story. But that you are here to assess it is a thing of joy. We are happy, and we pray that Almighty God will let you see you back to your station and to join your family. Amen. In Jesus' name.
Because in I met today, I gonna aware Oyibo, makana no in our midst, oda behind us. I go see Abuja. First of all, I have to apologize to Barrister Vincent Obeta. And this opening remark for him. It's good to have people once again, because we've been coming to Amekembo. This is not the first time. We are like a family here. So we're here now. We're here now the second time we have come before for baseline studies when we started this gully intervention in 2016. What is baseline studies then? Baseline was to know the causes of erosion, the things that cause the erosion. Here, we want to took a survey or a study on what causes the erosion. Then after the baseline studies, we had a report on that baseline studies. Now, we have finished the intervention, we have handed over the site to the stakeholders. We're back now to carry on a study that is called impact evaluation. What is impact evaluation? Impact evaluation is just the impact of a study that will show us what is the impact of that project that we have finished. What have we achieved? Do you understand?
We have already taken the attendance register, and we urge you at each point in time that NEWMAP is coming, try to support your community by coming out. Because at the ages now that we are, somebody of my own age, I don't think we're so much concerned about wealth and every other thing. We're not concerned about what legacy we can leave to the younger ones. So as you do this also, the younger people coming behind you, when we are not so strong again, will be able to represent the community in your capacity. So thank you very much. Straight to the point. Okay, Madam Pamela Kwamaya, impact assessment. If we send directly to you, we'll lose our job. So we have to share that work with you through the SPMU. I believe it will give you a kind of baseline or a background on what we did. Then yours that is a little bit higher can see that as a stepping stone. So now we did something like this on the impact assessment, and we shared questionnaires and made a capturing of people's minds and responses. We prepared the note and we gave it to the State Project Management Unit. It's not too far that we did our work, so it might be useful. Then today, a bigger officer from Abuja. So he's a young man, but he wears a cap that could be for people of older generation, but it fits into his head. And the reason why it fits him is not because he's here. The first time I met him, I singled him out as a very younger friend because of what he has upstairs. He's a very intelligent officer. So let us clap for him for being here. He's intelligent in the sense that he doesn't talk too much, even like me. You know, I'm an older person, but he goes straight to the point and he gets at what he needs. Makes his presentation as a very intelligent man. So what we are talking about today, in totality, already in any ma kebasa erosion, ma kebasa flooding, ma kebasa CIGs. So that is what we are going to look at today. But I wanted to tell our people, any person that wants to make it in life, the Bible, I'm also sure the Quran will have a verse like this, talks about steadfastness, talks about commitment, talks about honesty. We are suffering today in this country called Nigeria because both the young and old, they have packed these things. Commitment to work might not be there, the honesty might not be there, and things like that. So when you get to them, they were all around Nigeria, even for the young people. I stand up as Carlo Pascal to tell you that it is a lie. I have friends, no people, who have this money in millions, wanting to invest in Nigeria. But some are building in Nigeria with us. They need young men and women who can manage this money. But you hardly see anybody that can manage it. And because of that, they throw their money to the bank. So because ENUGU NEWMAP, CIG, I am going to have to manage everything with all the honesty that is needed. The issue of bank assistance projects, we can take attendance. And in every of our sitting as a local NGO, we take attendance. And when you hear tomorrow, I say, go now, I recommend a kind of maybe workshop and training and this. And what of what I say, okay, oh yeah, no, we go and open up those papers. I went there check now. We are now with us for so many years. That's a weapon, any reward to them. We can now say, okay, pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Work with records. So I take today's activity as a serious one. And I make a demand that everything about project is not only about money, it's not only about what comes into it. Since NewMap came to ENUGU, with all the trainings we have done in this community, I'm sure some of us have learned one thing. Me, I've also learned so many things from poor people. Are you getting me? So we want us to fix that thing and see how we can sustain our project. The project has taught us so many things about waste management. We must manage our waste to be healthy. Because if you are sick constantly on a daily basis, you cannot perform. And if you cannot perform, a lot of things will go down the drain. All these things we have taught. We also know that sustaining the project might not only be, I keep telling people, erosion is not all about physical construction. I didn't study civil engineering. I didn't study environmental sciences. But the few years now with NewMap has made me an environmentalist. Because when I come in here, you might be admiring this house, no, mama. Do you know what I'm admiring here? The trees that I'm seeing here. All these trees are vegetable. That's what me I'm admiring. I'm not admiring this house. Because I know a community like this must have a house like this. But there are communities that will have this kind of hall, they won't have this kind of good vegetation around it. Are you getting me? So this is a healthy hall. So in other words, we must learn how to manage what we call emerging gullies. Like Mrs. Pamela said, erosion, they can happen to the obere. What do we do on them? It's not everything, government. Each time I stay, even when I'm discussing with my wife and children, I say, when will people stop calling on government? Because any little thing in Nigeria, say, government come and do this, government come and do, government come and do. But we know, in the 1970s, some of the secondary schools you have here in ENUGU, they were built by community. Is that not true? So why can't community come out and say, we want to go and plant grasses in a place where an erosion is trying to start? Are you getting me?
Exam, but at the end of the day, we were able to overcome it, and I'm happy to see everybody lively back again. So, but I think as much as we have still the question here, for me personally, I think my colleagues who also agree, Dr. Pascal, you also agree with me. I would like to hear from you first time, not to take much of your time, but maybe just 10 minutes. Let me hear from you in terms of what you feel about the project or what you have built. For example, if I may ask about the participation of women in this project, in terms of any form of livelihood activity or women participation, women involvement. Have you been involved in terms of setting up when setting up the CIGs, community integration, community participation, but most importantly, the participation of women? I want to know to what extent women have participated in this project. It's really impactful. The focal NGO are here, the M&E and other livelihood officers are here. Definitely they might have sensitized you or created awareness in many aspects. You have talked about the lessons you have learned in vegetation and sustainable soil conservation and things like that. So it is really, really important. And if I may ask, maybe just within 3 minutes we're done, I Are there people here who have received compensation?
Compensation.
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 Compensation. Anybody who has been compensated? Who is that? No, apart from you, sir. Apart from you, who else has received compensation?
Compensation, I mean before you did all.
Before the start.
Before you did all on site.
As far as this project is concerned, there are two broad areas that were handled. Biophysical environment, that's construction, bridges, leveling, construction of tunnels and all that, all the engineering aspects of it. Engineering features, biophysical features, and even biological remediation were also in place.
We want to still continue to appreciate ENUGU NEWMAP, to thank you people, and also tell ourselves, we
maintained that gender sensitivity within the creation of all these things. That is why if you come to community association, while the cabinet members who were creating that office, they were so much, interested in the participation of women. Engineer Mrs. Alon is the treasurer of our own community association. She's a woman. And we had it that every other CIGs, if you enter through the executive arm, we discover that women are treasurers. Most of the CIGs will have women as the treasurer because it is widely believed that women are more trusted than men.
They pay particular attention to women, and we have never been marginalized since the start of this project. Thank you.
Erosion had even when Jara, Mufriti Bozo, the Jaban family, Manding Community. I need them were all. No, erosion out of the Macami, only when Cadera. But no one I don't get that erosion, Gamma. A man who dig Nuguzo, what's your word? Did the ban, did they care? But the baby ban, the too much. Nanguzo, try to meditate, my own, my head in the manner. Through erosion, and no matter. That way, Jehani, Jikoyon, Okwege, Bassa, go with the Bassa.
NEWMAP has impacted in every American resident, whether you are indigenous or non-indigenous, has impacted in every life in one way or another. That erosion that you changed from St. Jude to that bypass and so on, it was unpassable. Nobody can cross from that side to the other side other than now. So, but by now, people can cross over to that area without with a little effort.
The M&E and other livelihood officers are here. Definitely they might have sensitized you or created awareness in many aspects. You have talked about the lessons you have learned in vegetation and sustainable soil conservation and things like that. So it is really, really important. And if I may ask, maybe just 3 minutes were done.
Because without that, all these things would have been nullity. So we thank both government agencies and NEWMAP itself for the wonderful job. If I say we would be Oliver Twist this time, please let nobody say that. Because erosion gully is now scattered all over the place.
Forward to you participating again in the sustainability of this intervention. How do you do that? By making sure that the works are well protected. If you see anybody dumping waste or you see anybody trying to destroy any property that NEWMAP or any other body has put in place, it is your duty to protect that investment.
I have nothing to tell you other than to be grateful and grateful to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Enugu State, who made it possible by payment of Enugu State counterpart fund, without which this project would have been a reality. So, and we remain ever grateful with him and his administration and his team. And we're equally happy that he considered everybody to send disabled professionals to come and assess the situation of the project. So we are happy. The fact is that before this project, because of the topography of the community, the erosion from our community and all our neighboring communities, we are devastating the entire community. So in fact, that was what led him to our cry out. And when we cried out, Governor influenced a team of experts who came on the spot assessment of the project. And when they came and saw what we were crying out was reality, he now used his machineries to get this project going. So the situation was so ugly that in fact it was at the edge of pulling down accommodation of people. And during rainy season, we don't deter the children to go out to go and procure anything because the flood could wipe them away. It was as bad as that. So before this intervention, the project has a human face. When before they consummated the project, they came and investigated, discovered the project affected persons, and these project affected persons were duly compensated. So, and they were not paying the value of land, economic trees and the like, shops and other containers for where they do business, that this project was going to affect. The members of the community were duly compensated by the government. So it's part of the attraction of the project. So that was why in the initial stage it had a woman face, a woman face. The coordinator, Chief Obeta, is a wonderful person. Because I know since he stepped into that office, we received the efficient and effective touch of the monitoring exercise in the community. And most of the problems we take to him were quickly addressed. So we thank God and ask the Enugu State government to please give him a longer time so that we can now accept and appreciate the project proper within his regime. Then we are using the opportunity to notify the Enugu State government because to notify him that the erosion within the residents of Ambeke community are still growing bad. Because the one we did at 9 St. Jude project is outside the outskirts of the residents of the people. Now the problem we're having now is within the vicinity of our people, where their homes are being threatened by the situation. In fact, there are areas like Umapaka and Iputuwane, Amabo, Ifeki communities, where this erosion has pulled down some houses. So we would appreciate if His Excellency can give a thought, because when they came, they made a promise that after the St. Jude, they are going to enter into the one that is very, very clear to us.
Enugu State government for their response, support, and compensating the victims of gully erosion in our state, helping to ease up with their pain. The people are grateful, and together we manage this gully erosion.